What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Unit Martial Arts. My name is Mark.
My name's Sam.
And now our topic for today is a very good one. What makes a good martial arts instructor? You gotta be good looking. I'm sure. What do you think?
Let's see. Well, for starters, I grew up as my dad being my instructor, so I always pictured an instructor. Sorry, can you repeat that?
Keep going.
Okay, sorry.
We're rolling.
We're rolling. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I grew up with my dad as an instructor, so I always pictured an instructor being a strict. I can't explain my dad right now.
A strong, courageous man.
Strong, like really. This is hard.
So wait, you think a strict instructor is a good?
No, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying from my learning experiences, I grew up as my dad being an instructor,
yeah,
right?
Same.
So
his dad, not my dad. His dad.
yeah. So I can't really compare my dad into like other instructors because I didn't really have any other instructors to see which is.
Okay, so let's say
tell which one's a good and which one's a bad instructor.
So let's say you've been with me to other schools and you've seen like how their classes run.
Yes.
All right, so let's compare those instructors. No names. Compare those instructors to your dad.
So my dad. Okay.
So for all you viewers at home, his dad is actually our master. He's the one that raised us in martial arts. Now his dad didn't speak much, but his actions were very, very loud. He was very strict. And he pushed us to be very old school disciplined. So, I mean, like Sam said, coming from where growing up, that's the only instructor he's ever had. And it's more of like, I guess it's a little different for you because he's also your dad. Mm-hmm. So you see him in a different way. Like for me,
he's two-faced. Okay, I love you, Dad.
For me, you know, his dad's been my instructor for like 6-7 years maybe, and yeah, he doesn't speak much, but you know, he's someone that doesn't ask for a lot of respect, which kind of gives you a lot of humility. It makes you really, really humble when you look at it, because if you were to compare it to like these other instructors, right,
they'll be like chest out.
They also come from an old school background, but they take it a little too far, and that's what you see a lot in businesses today that run martial arts, is that they are very, very strict because that's the way they were taught and that's what they believe will create a good, you know, solid martial artist. For me, what I think a good instructor should have is a little bit of what Sam was talking about, a little bit of that strict disciplinary skill. Because of course you got to be able to tame the lion, you know what I mean? Like you got to tame those little rats. Little rats.
The little rats.
you gotta tame those
baby
little
dragons.
Baby dragons. So, but at the same time, at least now, if we're gonna talk about like being an instructor in a modern school, there's gonna be some kids that don't necessarily want to be there. There's gonna be some kids that don't react the same way. They aren't as passionate as probably you are or your instructor is. So you got to match that with a little bit of fun, a little bit of easy going, you know what I mean? Like for me, when I teach our students, I like to joke around with them all the time. I make fun of them. I let them joke around a little bit just to let them know that, you know, my black belt means I'm your instructor, but that doesn't mean I'm God. Like you don't have to kiss the ground I walk on. I want you to have fun. I want you to enjoy martial arts for what it can be. And I think that's probably the most important thing to being a good instructor. What do you think?
To be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good asset.
Yeah. But definitely the kids have to understand that kindness is never weakness. So my students know off the bat, boom, I need them to be disciplined. Soldier mode activates within that snap. Other than that, fool around, have fun, enjoy the technique. You know, you don't have to perfect it right away. And I think that's also a downfall, because if you look about like the other instructors that we've seen, their students have like black belts at like 8 years old,
yeah,
are like realistically like a green belt at most if you had to categorize it. And it's not their fault, it's their instructor's fault, right? They're too lax, they don't pay enough attention to detail and to the actual art that they're teaching, right? So yeah, what else do you think?
Well, you can't be a good instructor if you're not good at your style, right?
I was about to say that. I was
There you go.
literally about to say that.
Like, yeah, teaching.
Like you obviously have to know what you're teaching. You know what I mean?
Know what
Like,
you're
like you'll especially notice this in all the McDojos out there. You'll have like a 10th degree grandmaster, and he doesn't do anything. Like he literally teaches you how to punch and kick in a forward stance for like an hour every single time you go to class, and that's all you practice. Because you probably learned it off of YouTube or something. So definitely, you have to know what you're doing, especially in arts where you can't really lie. Like jujitsu is a good example. You can't lie that you're a good instructor because all you're doing there is grappling. You know what I mean? Like it's always hands-on. So, you know, you're gonna know if your instructor is a phony or not. And the same thing with Khalid. You're gonna know because it's always partner drills. I mean, there's only so far that you can go swinging a stick around or swinging a weapon around. And you can make it look fancy and throw it in the air and blah, 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 blah. But when you partner up with someone, you try disarming, they're gonna know if you're the real deal or not. So yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Knowledge, being funny and fun, and a little bit of strictness.
What else is there?
I think a good instructor, and how do you feel about this? A good instructor is not only good at what they do, but they can keep up with their students. Like they're actually part of the class. Yeah. So like, again, you can be very knowledgeable in what you do, but if you can't show it and show your students how you want it to look, then I don't think you're doing a really good job in teaching them. And you know, like you may have the student that has crazy technique. Like we have a couple of students that I can literally just sit down and tell them to show a certain move, and it's exactly how I want it to look. But again, we're the teachers, not them. So that's good for them that they got the technique down pat and they can showcase it to the level that we want to see it. But definitely, I think that you have to be able to keep up with the kids. You have to keep kids, adults, all the students. You have to keep up with them because it's more than just showing them how to do it. It's showing them that what you're teaching has value, it has substance. Like I'm not just telling you left hand punches, right hand punches, right leg kicks, hands up, and back to pike stance, right?
You gotta lead them by example.
Exactly. So if they can see you do it, they're gonna be like, oh man, like I need to get to that level, and the only way I get to that level is keep training. Like he's my teacher, and he's still training as hard as we are. So it's like subliminal motivation almost. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah. So that's I think that's a pretty solid base. So for any instructors out there watching this, if you guys want to take a little bit of pointers from that, hopefully you guys are already doing this. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed our topics of being a good instructor. If you guys liked it, make sure you please thumbs it up. Make sure you comment it below. If you guys want any other topics, also check out our Technique Tuesdays. It comes out every Tuesday, covering any art that we teach, a little some for you guys. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Till next time, peace.
This is a Chucky Beat production.